All right. My movie review is going to be about the movie Sinners. It dropped in 2025 this year. It's a horror film, historic, blues music, representation, all right. Um, One of the main characters is a guy named Preacher Boy. Also, Stack and Smoke, played by Michael B. Jordan. Okay, the film takes place in 1932 in the Mississippi Delta, which the blues began to surface. Okay, it starts off Preacher Boy, him being the son of a preacher, and he didn't want to spend his time playing in church. He wanted to play blues music. So his cousins, Smoke and Stack, they pick him up and they want to go and start a juke joint. A juke joint is basically a club where blacks can go to relax, so they can play music, they can dance, they can gamble, they can eat, they can enjoy themselves. So, Smoke and Stack, they're trying to get this juke joint together and get people to work in there with them. Okay, so they buy the juke joint from a Klan member, a member of the KKK, and I will get into more of that in just a minute. So after they get the juke joint, they get the people to work with them. Okay, but as I want to reference the movie a little more, in the movie, it references vampires. There's a scene where a guy falls from somewhere and he goes and attacks some Klan members in their house. And basically the vampire is looking for something to attract the people, which the music comes into play. Preacher Boy's music. He plays the guitar, he sings. The vampire, he enjoys the way the music sound and what it can do for the people when they were in the juke joint. And so that brings my next reference into the music industry. How people listen to the music and they know the music is very influential and they want to use your music. It could be in a positive way or in a negative way. Okay? I like that reference in the movie. Also, about segregation, it shows how whites and blacks weren't together. Whites had their own thing, blacks had their own things and tried to make it their own, which helps some of our culture today. About the juke joint, it comes to a part where the vampires are trying to get in this juke joint. But all know those demonic spirits have to be asked to be let in. And so in a scene in the movie, they're asking, can they come in? But them being white, they could not. They were turned around. So a lady in the juke joint, she went out to talk to them. And while she was out with them, they turned her into a vampire. She was let back in. And when she got let back in, she tried to turn everybody in the juke joint. Okay, so some more references is on the movie besides the vampires is that once the vampires could actually take over a person's body, they knew what they knew. And so I want to give another reference of how white musicians covered a lot of black music. They sung it, they performed it as if it was their own for public gain. So one reference, Elvis Presley. He spent most of his career imitating black music, which how he became famous. So that was another reference in the movie. Also about the juke joint being sold from the Klan members. This whole time, they sold the juke joint to the twins to go back the next day to kill them. Take their money and then take their lives. Okay? The movie Sinners is more about than just the vampires, the scariness. It also goes into how the music industry is and how demonic it can be. Once Preacher Boy sees the vampires and knows this is the life that can come with the music that you play, he finally makes it back home toward the end of the movie. But he did not want to give up his life of blues. Even though that night was horrific, his loved ones died, he still wanted to play the blues. And toward the end, he had a successful life. It was a saying, it's in the Bible, what does a man gain the whole world and lose his soul? That was one of the main references I took out of the movie, Sinners. But just to put a close on this movie, and then I can go into detail a lot more. But those were some of the things that stuck out to me in the movie Sinners. All right. Thank you for your time.